Hey everybody, Brian here from iAdventurez, and today you are looking at the Alpena Trailfire Off-Road Auxiliary Light. We are going to install this light onto the 2020 Polaris General XP 1000. So far, the only thing that I've done to this is the floor mats, the rear glass, the front glass, and the brush guard. These brackets, these are the hinge brackets right here for the box for the dump. There is two square holes right here, and whenever you dump the body, this light right here will actually come down close to this muffler. Has a really good heat shield on it. These are made out of glass and metal, so I don't expect too much of the muffler heat to have any effect on these lights. It is in there upside down because of the way that the bracket's made on these Alpena lights. It has an offset bracket, so in order to bring it down below the tailgate, I'm going to angle it at about right there, so that way I get a little bit of spot and a little bit of flood. Polaris General has a wiring harness in here. I'll show you. There's a wiring harness right here. It's sort of hard to see with the light. I don't have my light on me, but anyway, there's a wiring harness right there, and these are set up from the factory. If you have the ride command system for power to go to the rear camera, and so when the rear camera comes on, then you can see when you're backing up. They also have a front camera that you can get with the ride command. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually, since those are low voltage LEDs, I'm going to tap into that so that when you put the reverse lever in the reverse position, those lights will come on. Then you'll be able to back up, see where you're at nighttime. When you put it back in drive, they'll go out. No need for an auxiliary toggle switch or anything like that. However, it would be kind of nice to be able to override that and be able to cut those on manually if you're going to, say, you know, do some kind of work back there and have a work light. But for now, I'm going to just attach them to the reverse lever. When you put it in reverse, the lights come on just like a regular vehicle. And I later on will probably install a toggle switch over there for the manual work lights. So that's what we're doing today. So let's just go ahead and get into some of this install. So what I actually done was I took the bracket that comes with the light and I ran the wire through it. Normally, like if I open this box here, I'll show you. Normally you would use that bracket as a mounting bracket because it fits perfect. If you put this bracket up in here, it fits perfectly in there. So what I did was I ran the light, the wire, I actually took the wire and ran it through this hole. Normally what you would do is you would use this as a mounting bracket and you would put the light in there, and then it would have a bottom bolted square nut pedestal there. But what I'm doing is I'm actually running the wire through that hole, and I'm using this bracket to make a space filler, because if not, it's a little loose up there. So the stage that I'm at right now is I'm installing this bolt into this bracket here. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the other one. And then I'm gonna run these wires up inside of here, and then they'll connect over to the, what it was originally wired up as the reverse light for the camera. These things are gonna look awesome. Like I said, right now they look really good. The way that they're bolted up. This is factory. I just went into here. Like I said, that little cheap lock washer right there, it's aluminum. It'll probably break in half, vibration, and then these will get loose. So I'm gonna probably eventually put a better lock washer on there. These wires, I'm gonna run them up over top and then over out of here. So you can barely see where my finger is in there. I'm gonna run them right up over top of that bolt and through there. And then right here is where that reverse camera system is set up at, and I'm gonna hook them up there, and then whenever I put this in reverse, they'll come on. So let's get it wired up and test it out. Okay, so these two wires right here are from the factory in the wiring harness. They're laying right here on this wiring harness. I had to actually cut some tape to get them loose. There's a red and a black. and those are the factory reverse activation lights. So I'm going to bring the reverse lights up here, and I'm going to put it on a wiring harness with a quick disconnect. I'm going to go ahead and cut those off and plug into those. I'm going to put the quick disconnect up here, and I'm going to zip tie it up nice and weather tight. And then if you have to take the bed off, then all you have to do is disconnect this plug that I'm going to install right here, and you'll be able to take your bed right off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this female side of this plug, and I'm going to wire it into the red with the blue, and it's got a yellow dot on it, but it's got a blue stripe, and then this is a black with a white stripe. I'm going to wire that in. I'm going to put some heat shrink on it and some in-butt connectors, and make it nice and weatherproof, put some tape around it. This will be the female receiving end of the reverse lights. And then I'm going to take this longer wire right here. This is a what they call a Deutsch connector. You can get these from Advance, AutoZone, or from O'Reilly's. This will be on the female end. I'm going to splice these two together, and then I'm going to make a quick connection here, so that way if you take the bed off, then you can just disconnect these and take your bed right off with no issues. And red to red. Okay, so I'm going to give you a closer look at what's going on here. This is the wiring harness that came from Polaris, from the factory. I installed that quick connect plug. Here are the lights. This is the wiring harness that I also installed. It's a Deutsch connector, Dutch connector, whatever you want to call it. Came off of a light bar system. I've got both of my wires coming back from my reverse lights, and now I am going to plug these two together right here, and I'm going to show you how it works with the reverse lights coming on and off. Turn the key switch on. I'm going to turn the radio down, that way I don't get a copyright strike of while I'm making my own YouTube video. The general's in park. The key is in the on position. Both of the LEDs are back here. They're gleaming. You can see they got this lit up back here real nice, where you can see what's going on behind you. Whenever I put it back in park, the lights go out. And I'm going to go ahead and put some zip ties on that and finish that all up. I'll show you guys what they do there. Off, on with the reverse. And they go off when you go into drive, and then like that's neutral, high, low, back to reverse, and off. So I hope you guys liked today's video. Like and subscribe, stick around and stay tuned for more of the Polaris General XP. Upgrades, accessories, features, rides. We're gonna go get it dirty now that we can see when we're backing up at nighttime, and some of the trails that we go is kind of sketchy, kind of hairy, and I wanted to be able to see behind me. Front light bars next, and then we're gonna do some sound deadening on that back wall behind the seats, and probably just ride the rest of the summer. Bye bye.